get you hyped. All right, Pokemon. They got Pokemon.
Water.
They got a new Pokemon game.
I haven't played it yet.
You haven't played it yet, but you will soon.
I heard it's an expensive tech demo. That's what someone described it as.
An expensive tech demo. That's almost like an expensive tech deck. But in 10 seconds, we're going to open the door and Tim's going to greet everyone.
Tech decks are cool again. Did you know
10, bitch. 9, bitch. 8, bitch. 7, bitch. 6.
Are you writing a little
5,
B song?
Bitch. 4,
That's what it sounds
bitch.
like.
3, bitch. 2, bitch. 1, bitch. That's a door sound.
Honeys, we're home.
Hello and welcome to Sinclairity, a Dinosaurs Tale. I am your co-host. We're gonna need another Timmy along with my other co-host.
Hey, I'm Ben Hand Up Me. Sorry, I interrupted you. You said hello, and I felt like I was being rude by not saying hi.
Maybe rude boy isn't big enough. Woo.
Yeah, good reference. I like that. Timely, topical.
You like ska?
Okay, hold on. This is Sinclairity, a Dinosaurs Tale. We are a podcast that talks about the show Dinosaurs from the 1990s. But okay, ska. So I was supposed to go to a ska show last night.
What ska show?
Okay, so apparently there's a local band. It said I was looking at like this event for this bar that's near my sister's house. It was called Pandemonium. No, they're not paying us to reference them. I went there Friday night just because my friend was supposed to have some art up for sale, but he never put it up. Like it was just in a tote laying on the floor there. So I got there and
that's our favorite kind of art show.
So there was this older couple and this guy was just staring at me the whole time. And I was just ordering a water and my friend Ralph was ordering a whiskey and a Diet Coke. And this lady said, "Hey, you look like the singer of Buck Cherry," to Ralph. And then he's just like, all right. And she's like,
"Are you a crazy bitch?" Is that
he was well, he didn't do a little he has to pay him for a cameo. But she was like, "Is this the first time you've heard that?" And he's like, "Yeah." Like neither of us knew
that. He really though? I don't think he does.
I didn't know if anybody knew what the guy looked like. I don't know what he looks like.
He's just like a skinny little like dude who just looks like he does cocaine. Like that's what the lead singer of that band looks like.
Now I gotta look that up. But the guy was just staring at me this whole time for like 2 minutes solid. And then I look over and he just says, "Dude, your hair is purple." And I said, "Oh, it's blue actually." And then his wife said, "It looks like it matches the ceiling." And I looked up like 4 feet above me. The ceiling is kind of blue. And I was like, "Yeah, I accidentally hit my head on the way in." And so this bar was weird. And I saw on their website that they have a show tomorrow on Saturday night. And it said local ska band. And I was just like, what the fuck does that mean? Like I do not remember signing off on any local ska bands starting up.
Yeah, well, as we know, you're on the committee, so you have to like sign off when a new ska band wants to start.
Yeah.
They have to let you know. It's like a tax or like a license.
By the way, Dennis Leary is who I would say is the singer of Buck Cherry. I'm looking at him right now. Josh Todd. Look at Josh Todd. Anybody listening? That's Dennis Leary's alter ego.
That's skinny, cocained up Dennis Leary.
He looks like a Dennis Leary mixed with a fucking Green Goblin.
William Dafoe.
Willem, not William.
Willem.
So, we're taking a quick liquid death break as we do on our podcast.
Yeah, look,
Tim is drinking the new mango.
Oh, it's good.
Mango chainsaw, I think it's called.
I got the lime for later.
He's got that mango chainsaw. He will skin your ass raw.
Yeah, can you sponsor us already?
Fred Durst.
Liquid Death?
Oh, Liquid Death.
Fred Durst too. That'd be great.
No, I want the first one, not the second, not the sequel. I want the original Fred Durst.
Most people don't.
Not the dad.
But yeah, so this is a podcast where we talk about the show Dinosaurs.
In case you forgot already.
And what episode are we doing today, Ben?
Today we're doing an episode about workman's comp. It's called Earl's Big Jackpot.
Yeah.
Season 4, episode 5. We're inching closer to the end, and I'm about to break.
We're so close.
It was aired in 1994 on July 6th. So, I mean, like, what were you doing that day?
That was like the day before my sister's 4th birthday.
I was like a few weeks before my 4th birthday. I was playing Baby Sinclair. I was about to age out of it.
That's right.
No, they replaced me every week.
I was 7.
You were 7. That's crazy.
In this timeline, Kurt Cobain would already be dead.
Yeah, in case anybody was waiting for our Kurt Cobain watch. I do think we might have said in a previous episode that we should mention when we get to the episodes that are post Kurt Cobain's death.
Well, we got to keep up with the timeline, like how we're doing 69 plus, what are we, 69 plus 4 or 5 right now? Are you at 5?
Oh, I don't. I'm actually celibate now, but
you lost count.
We're like on an episode that's somewhere around that. You're right. I think it's plus 6 maybe. I think
9 plus 6.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna eventually edge back into just normal episode numbers soon, but we'll figure out how to do that with nobody noticing.
Well, we like edging here at this podcast.
Yeah, and, we're Chris get hard.
Yeah, we also love Tim Doyle, who wrote this episode.
Yeah, I never heard of the guy, but apparently he wrote this episode. Last night I had the thought, where is Big Bang Theory streaming at? Because I want to look for an episode written by Tim and see if I could tell.
I don't think it is streaming anywhere because it's like syndicated on every single channel.
Oh man, but I watched Young Sheldon one night and I was like, not bad, honestly. It was pretty decent. It had vibes of like the Tim Doyle's Kids Are Alright show.
Did he help with Young Sheldon too?
I don't know, but he should be. But it was directed by Mark Bruhl. He's just one of the guys making a name for himself out here, getting his numbers up.
Him and his brother Steve.
Yeah, Steve Bruhl.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Yeah. I said Steve Bruhl before realizing what you were doing. I just when I hear Steve, that's what I think.
I also don't think it's spelled the same.
It's not.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't catch it right away. I just wanted to say Steve Bruhl's name again. But one thing I will say is for the summary, I realized just now that I just wrote capitalism as a fuck. So I got to pull up a real summary real quick, which is when a tree falls on Earl at work and he breaks his foot, BP fires him and Robbie sues We Say So for medical costs. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley. Who's Bradley?
You'll see in the episode.
Okay. Cool.
So this is I didn't even realize this, but this is some interesting trivia. It's only one of 2 episodes where Charlene is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I guess Tim hates women. Tim Doyle, not you.
That's crazy. Where the fuck is she?
Because she would complicate the plot because of the money thing.
Oh, because you think she would
she's a shopaholic. Yeah, she would die.
But Baby likes the money in this episode.
We're gonna get into something else soon. Is like, yeah, Charlene's not there, but neither is Gus eventually forever. Like, I'm confused about the part that gets kind of brushed under the rug.
Yeah, well, let's get into it then.
Let's do this. So we start with a loud ass whistle blowing, which is supposed to signal the end of the workday, but it actually just signals the beginning of the episode and a misleading. It misleads them into thinking it's over, but really BP Richfield calls out to tell them they have to continue. Which sucks for what Needle Nose, who says, I want to go home and die.
Yeah.
That was like the immediate gut laugh like I got with the episode. I was like, I fucking feel that.
That was great. And they're all just like, they're all out of it. But then Richfield's just like, nope, you got to work overtime. Well, Not really overtime because you're not going to get paid for it.
It's more like you're just working for a boner.
Pro bono.
Yeah.
Pro bono. I'm more pro edge.
See, we said we're about edging on this podcast. You already said it.
The edge, I should say. He's not edge. He's the edge.
The edge, yeah. The Ohio State edge. But we cut to nighttime. They're all still at work. Earl is blindly mucking about, accusing Roy of being a tree and pushing Gus into the mulcher.
I mean, if anyone was a tree, it was Earl.
And if anybody was dead, it was Gus because he killed Gus. And that's just nobody mentions it.
He fucking Fargoed him. He threw him in the wood chipper.
Jesus, like I was just like, buddy, like that's a dead guy, a whole dead guy. Nothing else comes of this.
then yeah, like, and while him and Earl are like talking, Sid comes in. He's just like, it's madness. That's not like what Sid does now. It's just like he just has some kind of crisis every single time.
There's a lot of shit going on about Sid in this episode I'm uncomfortable with, though. It's not the same voice actor, and I'm just like, what is happening?
Oh man,
I'm pretty sure at least he just sounds different.
You think he lost his job too?
He must have. I mean, like, he was burning it from both ends. He was working so many jobs.
Yeah, he was the host of Ethel's reunion.
Exactly. Like, maybe he got stuck there and died with the rest of the people.
And what was he before? He he worked for the Potato. He worked for the Council of the Potato.
Yeah, I mean, he's been like a server at a French restaurant. Like, he's just done everything. And I just like Roy comments, Earl, a bunch of exhausted guys running around in the dark, pushing down trees. I don't think our employers have our best interest at heart.
But of course, Earl, the company man, he's just like, Roy, we are like the company's children. They watch over us like caring, somewhat abusive parent.
Yeah. So just as Roy thanks Earl for like changing his perspective and like restoring his faith in the monolithic corporations, as he is quoted to say, a tree falls on Earl.
Yep.
And he has some Looney Tunes moment of like not like being hurt until it's mentioned that you're under a tree, man. That must hurt. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, and then just screams.
Yeah, he screams from under the cork tree. Actually, that's a cork tree.
Oh, good point. So he just goes, "Hey, mom, yeah."
Yeah,
so, I think Earl must just be afraid of the theme song because that's what happens immediately after he screams.
Yeah, he probably pushed down the tree. Yeah, like that was the tree, like in the beginning of the.
That makes sense. That's oh shit! Finally, we know what happened in the cold open.
Yeah, it was.
What happens in the theme?
It was future Earl meeting like past Earl. Like he's time traveling.
It's him and him as a tree, and then he time travels into him. So he's the tree, like he's himself, and he's the okay. I get it all.
Yeah, just like in
Inception. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, was that Azkaban? I was gonna say Goblet of Fire.
Azkaban is actually how it's pronounced.
The Prisoner of Azkaban.
that was what me and Toby Reef from Sidekicks called our Harry Potter ska album. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's way worse than Dementors.
Well, worse than Dementors is Earl waking up in the morning the next day and desperately trying to go to work.
Yeah, he's ignoring the fact that his foot is broken in 3 places because he claims if he doesn't show up, Richfield's just going to break it in 3 more, which is probably true.
But Fran keeps telling him, like, look, you can't go. Like, you gotta like call off. So he does. And the phone rings and Richfield answers it. And he's like, wait a minute, Sinclair, you mean to tell me that I extended my arm and raised an object to my head only to communicate with you? Yeah,
so he's already pissed because he's talking to low-life scum like Earl. And he does request he does grant his request for time off by firing him.
Yeah, and then he's like, you're fine. Come clean out your desk.
Sir, I don't have a desk.
And come out and clean mine and clean my toilet as well.
I was like, when I heard come and clean mine, I was like, oh shit, I would go rob his desk. But I assume that's not what he means. He'd probably just eat him if he showed up.
Well, so Earl admits that was probably the bad thing to do because now he has no job. And
whatever, jobs suck.
But Robbie doesn't understand. Like, he thinks that employers should like take care of their employees, and Earl's just like, it's a brutal world out there.
Yeah, he calls him a beatnik, long hair, pinko economy terrorist. He calls him something. He calls him a beatnik. But like, he just says, what, are we gonna have a love-in? Which is not like, what the fuck.
Hand out beads.
Take pictures with a rifle with a flower in the tip. Just the tip. And then like so basically Robbie's like, yeah, but what about the survival of the employees? And Earl's just like, that's none of their business. That's not their concern. So that's how you get a sack of Vanzetti on your hands when you act like that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But then for whatever reason, Robbie just decides that he's like a lawyer. So he's just like, let's take them to court.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's a lawyer. Now he's doing, maybe it's because Turtle Puss is useless now. So he's now going to be the job guy. But he's like, what, Dad? They already fired you. What more can they do? And he's just like, son, your lack of imagination is troubling.
But then Robbie's just like, okay, that's fine. He's like, well, since you'll be home, do you want to go to the movies? And Earl's like, the movie?
So this is just an episode about how dumb Earl is. Like some of them, occasionally we get one that's the whole plot.
Pangea's biggest boob.
Yeah, exactly. So Earl must have found the courthouse concession stand because in this next scene, he's elbow deep in popcorn because like before the bailiff announces the court case calls all to rise. And he's like, oh, shit. Like, I object to these proceedings.
On the grounds that you were supposed to be a movie.
They should have just been like, all right, we're switching this to a plea. Like he's pleading insanity on this one. Like,
but so they're only trying to get $800, which is important to remember. Mm-hmm. And Earl is just like, no, I got hurt on purpose. Like, it's okay. We don't have to go through with this. Mm-hmm. And then we also learned that BP Richfield is representing We Say So.
And his name's Bradley, we learn in this episode,
yes.
I guess.
Yes. And Earl faints.
Yeah, which is just in time for Roy to take the stand, with Robbie being the first to have a line of questioning, which reveals that Richfield made them wait until break to rescue Earl from the tree.
Yeah, and then it comes to
Tim Curry.
Is it still Tim Curry?
Tim Curry's this lawyer, yeah,
as the lawyer. Yeah, he just starts like throwing out questions there for Roy just to confuse Roy. Just like, oh, would you say you guys are friends? So you would lie for a friend? He's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we're real pals. Are you close enough pals that you would conspire with him and constructing an elaborate scam to discredit his boss and defund the We Say So Corporation? And Roy just starts to feel nauseous and get upset.
Yeah, he doesn't do too well under pressure like that.
Yeah, if a tree fell on him, he'd be dead. That's under pressure.
And then we get our next Law and Order segment where Richfield is on the stand now, and he's acting very concerned.
Yeah, I mean, he's had so many talks with Earl about his drinking, you know? He's like a mentor or a caregiver.
Yeah, and how he would like refuse to not work at night.
Yeah, he wouldn't take breaks. He wouldn't go home when he told him to. He's like, I was real concerned, but Earl's kind of a belligerent drunk.
And then Robbie goes to question him, and he just yells at him. So he just doesn't. Well, what a terrible lawyer.
He just says that he's done with questions. No further questions. Like, so Robbie's like, all right, fuck it, and shit, damn, fuck. And so Robbie's done. But we get like Baby like catches the eye of the court because I noticed. I don't know if I missed them like outwardly bribing Baby to do this, but he was surrounded by new toys.
I mean, yes, but he kind of it felt like he just went for it. Like, I don't know. Because he immediately just starts talking about how I love my daddy and he couldn't take me to the park. And he starts crying. And it's just like, what?
Well, to be fair, the last episode with them was the one with Earl as a superhero. Like, and like he does love his dad at the end of that episode. So I wonder if like we're seeing a change in Baby. Well, which we aren't, because next episode's the Exorcism parody, or the Poltergeist parody.
That or he's committing perjury. So,
oh man, that's so young to commit perjury. Kids these days, they're perjuring at fucking age 1.
But either way, it works because the jury decides to give Earl $800 million, and but it's funny though, because before that, Robbie's like, oh man, maybe we'll get the whole 800. And then they're just like, yeah, we're going to give him $800 million.
Yeah, basically they're like, and I really hope someone does this for someone like me someday. Like they're all doing it like in hopes that like the little man gets helped out again.
Yeah. So
do you like how tired I got of this show when you see this episode? When you see my next note? Scene 6, Fran is an idiot, but Earl's an idiot too. Capitalism is stupid.
So basically we get a DNN report about Earl from Lower Pangea, which I didn't know that was the thing. Like a Lower Pangea. He's the newest Lower Pangea millionaire. And Fran sees it and she's concerned because she thinks that
Earl's fucking stupid. This is fake.
she thinks that Earl's going to use the money wrong, and Robbie's standing behind it though. He's like, no, look, we stood up to the evil corporate masters, and Fran's like, oh well, where's that money coming from?
Corporate masters of puppets.
Yeah, and then it cuts to Earl in Baby's kiddie pool full of money.
Yeah, which Baby's upset about, but he's like, I'll buy you a new pool, an in-ground pool, like made of gold.
Baby's like, it's my pool. I want to go in my pool.
Yeah, so the thing here is, I don't believe that Fran wouldn't be just as like, you remember the Flintstones movie? Like when he starts getting all this money, like Wilma's not like suspicious about it. She's just like, fuck yeah, that, like, deck me out in gold and shit. Like I don't believe that Fran would just be like against getting $800 million, because she is a dinosaur being. Like she, like any dinosaur that receives this money is gonna be fucking hyped.
Yeah, remember when she had her job, or one of her jobs, and
when she was
making all that money, she was so happy.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna be like the sensible person when they get $800 million in front of them. If I had $800 million today, I'd be dead tomorrow. Like there's like, that's how dumb people are.
In the money, because you drowned in the money.
Probably.
Yeah,
but like so it's just like a dumb scene that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But then like we cut to like Earl going to work, and like, well, it's before he gets there, it's all his labor friends talking shit about him.
Yeah, they hate him because basically they have to still work, and he gets $800 million and doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah, except count money, which Roy argues is kind of difficult for a guy like Earl. He's not good at math.
Yeah, but I do like when Earl pulls up in his golden golf cart. He's just like, hi-ho, peasants.
Yeah, and they're all like, hey, Earl, you're our best bud. What's up, pal?
Yeah, but Rich Real sees it. He's like, hey, what the hell are you doing here? And
you got a lot of nerve.
He's like, you know what? Here, you can come into my office. And then he immediately fires them. But before he fires them, he's just like, look, we're going to have to, cut back a little bit.
Do some minimizing.
Some minimizing. And Roy's like, oh, you're going to miniaturize them?
Yeah, he thinks they're going to fucking like Rick Moranis them down into little guys.
And he's just like, make my apartment look way more cozy.
Yeah, roomier. You'll have more space. Monica, if they minimize Monica, she won't have to sit outside with her head in the window.
That's right, but she don't work there anymore.
And she's gone forever.
So everyone gets fired. So everyone's mad at Earl again.
And Puss has a new voice. This is where I noticed it is in this scene.
That's weird they changed it by scene.
I mean, like earlier, you just hear him scream, so there's no way I could know for sure. But this is the first time I noticed it. But I also could I just feel like he had a more Muppety voice than he has now.
Yeah.
But we cut to some left-wing media, which I think is a funny use of the term. I wonder when people started saying that.
The left-wing media?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not until CNN started.
Yeah, well, this is where Robbie learned some lies about how Earl is only rich at the expense of his friend's employment. And Roy needs help. Roy comes in needing help from Earl, but like this is where Earl starts to do the whole like, well, like, if you're poor for like a reason. Like, I gotta incentivize you, or else you'll be lazy.
Yeah, and then also Fran comes home, and she's just like, she's like, Earl, you got to do something. This loaf of bread was $300.
Yeah, all the prices went up since We Say So owns everything.
Yeah, so there's a DNN report talking about how like all the prices are rising from We Say So, but they have to do it at the expense of not cutting the CEO's pay. So That's why they're just raising all the prices.
Yeah, which is something that Robbie somehow misses out on in this episode. So Robbie becomes an idiot too.
Yeah, and then so you said Roy comes in, he's like, hey, you guys need any yard work? And they're like, of course, how much do you need? He's like, about $15,000.
Yeah, he's trying to keep his wage.
And I like it. He's just like, well, I have my own equipment. And Earl's like, what? He's like, I can't just hand out money. He's like, would that really be helping him? And he's like, yes.
And then we got Turtle Puss is a crust punk now because he comes in with a cardboard sign talking about how it's hot out there on the. You get real thirsty sitting out on the interstate.
Yeah, he somehow he doesn't have an acoustic guitar though, playing Against Me songs.
He left it out in the yard.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't want to bring
it. By the way, Days and Days songs. Let's be real. It's 2022.
Well,
they're much easier to play.
but he comes in and he's just like, hey, can I get something to drink? And Fran's like, of course, Sid. And she goes into the fridge and it's just champagne.
Just champagne. The fridge buddies are in there to help.
Yeah, and she's like, champagne, Earl? He's like, hey, don't give him any of my champagne. Go go outside and go suck on a hose.
Yeah, champagne for my real friends and real hose water for my sham friends. That's what he says. No. But yeah, so Earl is turned evil, and like but Robbie does this whole thing because he's a corporate shill now, and he's just like playing right back into the evil system, and he's just like, Dad, I think you got to give them all your money. Like, you got to give your money back to We Say So, because just helping a couple people ain't gonna help, man. And I just like don't buy this at all. Like, literally, we just saw the news report about how the CEO is not getting his wage cut.
Exactly. But Robbie, I don't know. I feel like more as that Robbie wanted to just use it as leverage to make sure everyone is like taken care of.
I still think it's dumb. I think Robbie is using his leverage because he doesn't know that Judge Ex Machina is in the next scene. So he thinks he's going to be the one to reset the sitcom statistics to normal.
Well, either way, Robbie goes back with Earl to Richfield's office. And he's like, here's all the money. He's like, you can take it back. And Richfield doesn't want it.
Because he's stupid too. He did want it until he found out that it was in exchange for just lowering prices and hiring employees.
Yeah, so we can't do that.
Back to normal.
But as they're getting ready to leave, well, at least Earl is, because he's like, no, this is my money, so I'm keeping it. Mm-hmm. He backs up into the trailer. Mm-hmm. So then Richfield sees the opportunity to fake a neck injury.
My neck feels weird.
I think my neck got big. And
now we're back. We're in court. I didn't notice until I was reading like some trope stuff that the judge's name was literally Judge Ex Machina. Because I had made some comment in the group chat, the Sinclairity special group chat, $50 to get in if anybody wants to join. Made a comment about this like Deus Ex Machina thing happening where it's just like the judge is like, I'm gonna reset all this shit, but like that's the scene we're in now with Judge Ex Machina.
Yeah, so originally the jury does reach a verdict though, and it's all because Richfield couldn't help his mother do the canning of her preserves.
Yeah, which if you've tried the preserves, you know they're worth $800 million.
Yeah, he's like, have you tried the chutney? and then okay.
I like the part of the married couple.
How did that little bitty puppet give birth to that massive fucking suit?
You know, they all got you can put hands up those guys, right? So like that's how they work, buddy. It's puppets.
Well, either way, she's all over the place. She's like shaking, and Richfield's like, "It's okay, Mom. Go back in the car. I'll take you back to the home."
Yeah, he doesn't even take care of his mom in person.
And then she's like, "Okay, Bradley," which we learned now that his first name is Bradley,
which is funny. He says Bradley P. It probably stands for P.
Like urine.
Yeah, like urine, like piss. Bradley Piss Richfield.
Bradley, what a silly name.
That is pretty silly. Like fucking, if it was somebody's last name, I'd beat them up. But like,
me too.
Yeah, right.
I would help you.
Okay, good. But that's a weird reference considering I have several layers of fake last names. Just been hand up me around here. But so we get this like Deus Ex Machina reset where the judge like he interrupts them because they do another $800 million jackpot reward, and he's like, I'm fucking tired of this shit. Like, we're done with this. Okay, you're gonna hire all the employees. You're gonna lower the prices. You're gonna give back the money to Mr. Richfield, and you two over there have been eyeing each other the whole time. You're gonna get married right now. I'm gonna fish you.
Yeah, because the one juror is just like, what about these two have been giving goo eyes the whole time?
Yeah. The rural juror. So we have that whole thing where he's ready to reset the episode so everyone can run back to their places and the theme song can start again. Like, that's just how it works here. It's a sitcom. None of this matters.
And they didn't know that the judge could just do that, just make all the decisions.
Robbie tried to make it happen.
Yeah, and Earl doesn't care because he gets cake.
Yeah, there's wedding cake now because of that little couple and their goo eyes.
Which I get it. I want a cake.
You don't want cake. It's not vegan.
The cake I'm going to have at my wedding is.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to bring my own cake.
Yeah. Or that, or you're going to have to go to fucking Wendy's.
I'll go to Publix. Is there Publix near the wedding?
Are you kidding, Ben? Do you know where the headquarters for Publix is?
I don't know where your wedding is.
It's in Winter Haven, which is right next to Lakeland, where Publix's
Lakeland
is in Lakeland.
Lakeland, Florida.
You'll be in the home of Publix, Ben. There's a Publix on every corner.
I'm going to get arrested for being drunks in Publix. I don't drink anymore even.
Drunks in Publix.
So, I'd say I could use this judge to like reset a few days of my life. So I'm kind of like, I like this character. He's a very shitty plot device, but I like him.
Is the Ex Manica?
I don't know. I think it's Machina. I could be.
That's the movie. Wrong. That's the movie where the guy fucks the robot, right?
Well, I guess that whatever he did with that robot, it must have saved everything at the last minute because that's what the phrase means now.
The robot gave birth?
Nobody knows.
Like all of humanity end, and then
it's a plot. It's a plot device that brings the tale to a happy ending, or acts as comedic device for like a sudden ending. Okay, let's find where this came from so we can find out if it had to do with fucking a robot.
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, I assume fucking a robot would end up with a happy ending.
Okay, right? Even there was ancient criticism of Deus Ex Machina before they had the term. And Tiffany's said when they don't know what to say and have completely given up on the play, just like the finger they lift the machine and the spectators are satisfied. It's probably like Tiffany might have come from this name. It was Greek. Tiffany's a Greek name.
Now.
Oh, is that a song by Tiffany? We had to have at least one 80s song by Tim in the episode.
Thank you. Shout, let it all out. These are the feet that have been stricken with gout. In my mouth.
These are the feet in my mouth. Okay, so you're gonna put your foot in your mouth. So I actually missed. I tried to find out where the origins of Deus Ex Machina. Oh no,
it's okay.
It's actually a Latin calque from Greek. God from the machine. The term was coined from the conventions of ancient Greek theater, where actors who were playing gods were brought onto the stage using a machine. The machine could be either a crane used to lower the actors from above, or a riser that brought them up through the trapdoor.
Ooh, that's some wrestling shit.
So I guess it's been around forever. So whatever movie you're talking about, just like knew about that.
It's robots. It's a machine. It is a machine. A robot is a machine.
I just don't know what the movie you're talking about is.
And be a god. Robots can also be god.
Is there a movie that like a real movie, or was it like a thing you made up?
No, it's a real movie.
Who's in it? Like Tom Cruise?
A robot.
If Tom Cruise ain't in it, I didn't see it.
That's like, I think you're thinking of Minority Report. Is that what you're thinking of?
No, he's in he's in Rain Man.
Hi Robot.
Oh, it says Domhnall Gleeson and Alicia Vikander. I guess these are robots' names because I don't know these people.
Yeah, they're giving robots names. It's not just Alexa.
So is this a podcast about? Oh, Oscar Isaac's in it.
Oh, there you go. There's a hot guy.
He's in a ska band, right?
He was, I believe. Yeah,
that's all that matters. That's all that matters. But so yeah, we got to figure out how we can implement a Deus Ex Machina into this episode of Sinclairity.
Well,
I mean, there almost was one. We had a fan Instagram message us. Actually, it was an account that got hacked, but I thought they were responding because I posted about how my house burned down. So
Yeah,
our
that's
episode was going
not
to
a
be delayed.
happy ending.
Yeah, that was not. No, it was not. Unless
No.
this person who messaged me asking for my Cash App link would have sent me the money. And I thought it was just like, people have been sending me like donating money to help out, and it's been really great. So I thought it was one of those situations. Like he asked for my Cash App. I said, I'm going to skip the part where I argue with you about this because I hate when I try to send somebody money and are like, no, man, no. I'm like, just like, let's skip this part. I'm just going to do it. And then he was like, actually, you need to add my email as the account owner of your Instagram first to automatically confirm it.
What?
Which means I think that's how that account got stolen in the first place.
Probably.
The people at Bandits Never Die, sorry, apparently believed that and got their account taken over.
Well, Ben told me and Zach to not send them any money. So
oh yeah, well you two are both fucking poor. You're about to get married and Zach had a kid. Like what are you gonna send me money?
And we're marrying each other. It's crazy.
You can't send me money you don't have. Like that's not how that works.
Well, either way, a lot of people...
I'm well taken care of. But guess what? So your shirts got shitted on by your cat. My shirts I'm now kind of trying to clean the fucking smoke damage off of.
Did you like try watching them?
No, they still smell a little fiery, so I ran it through again. I haven't gotten to check them, but they're gonna be okay.
We can just call it like smoked,
Yeah, we get the smoked or the pooped ones. Those are your options.
It's like a potato chip.
Actually, it's smoked is number 1. The number 2 has no name. It's just the number 2 option, and you can piece it together however you like.
Smoke poop every day.
Oh no! Our podcast got worse.
It's Jenkum.
Yep. Oh man, I really, I would say that Tim messaged me Saturday and was like, oh, I forgot to mention earlier, but I noticed that the new episode didn't go up. And I was like, yeah, my house burned down like 2 days ago. Like I've been kind of doing stuff. They said to me, you already have so much on your plate. I was like, now I have less. This is less things. I have no house. Mathematically, I have less going on.
I did make a joke earlier about starting a fire.
Yeah, then you immediately caught yourself. There's these guys that hang out at like Walmart and they like say they're with Duke. They're like, do you use Duke Energy in your house? They like try to trick you into using their energy bullshit. And like every time I say something like I don't believe in electricity or like I think electricity is going out of style soon, or like I'll just say some shit like I live in my van, and like it's occasionally like it's been true. That one's been true when I've said it. But last night I was at Walmart and the guy's like, "Hey, do you use Duke Energy?" I was like, "Oh, my house burned down." He's like, "Oh shit." He's like, that happened to me in high school once. I'm sorry to hear about that." And I was like, "You had a house in high school?" He's like, "No, like my family's house." I was like, "Oh." And then like I talked to this guy for a couple minutes about houses burning down and stuff smelling fire and trying to clean everything. And then he's like, all right. And he went and scammed somebody else. So if you need to get out of that situation, anybody, just tell them your house burned down. But just know that I said it before my house burned down and I had to say it again and be honest later. So maybe it's karma. Playing with fire.
You're going to get burned.
Exactly. I have been saying for a while that when it happened, I was just like, my like house being on fire just feels normal to me at this point. Like, my life has been on fire for a while. It's weird that my house was so like flame resistant. Like
that's a fire inside,
Yeah, like I'm a American Film Institute AFI. But and the other thing I have to say about that is my friend Ariel messaged me, friend of the podcast, previous guest host, and had gotten back to me a day after I mentioned my house burning down because they didn't. I think a lot of people just think I'm like, people don't know when I'm joking is the problem I've encountered is because I think it's funny to be sincere when I'm lying. So like, I don't know how to convey earnestness other than going to camp and like,
know what I mean?
So yeah, exactly. So when I finally talked to Ariel on the phone, I was like, so what are you up to? And they're like, oh, I'm just hanging out at my house. I'm like, oh yeah, houses. I know those are like big fire everywhere. Like your stuff's all smelly. So I've been doing a lot of like guilting people jokingly because honestly, like nobody was home. Nobody got hurt. a lot of my stuff is still fine. Like, in the stuff that isn't, it's going to get replaced, hopefully partially by insurance. So like, it should be fine. And our podcast is back on schedule if you're hearing this. So
that's right.
So let's burn this episode down.
Burn it down, baby.
Let's burn it down. But before, we'll make sure we scoot everybody out of the building. We'll start with Scott 2 Network. Scoot them out of the building. Thank you for the theme song that you did for us. Very nice. It's very nice. I recommend if anybody needs anything done on consignment, like a song, like they're very affordable and very cool. Go with Scott 2 Network.
Mm-hmm. Or
just listen to all the shit they already have. They have a lot of it.
They just did that Vampire Weekend cover with Jeff Rosenstock.
Oh shit! I gotta check that out after this.
It's the Vampire Weekend ska song.
I haven't listened to it yet, but that band is barely not ska. People just don't want to talk about it. Yeah, that feels ska to me.
It is. It's very ska.
It's as close to ska as like "Shake the Sheets" or whatever that album by Ted Leo is. But like, we got Amy Shenanigans coming in on the ones and twos. By ones and twos, I mean artwork for the logo.
A pencil and eraser.
Yeah, pencil and eraser. Didn't have to erase shit. You got it right first try. Me and Tim look beautiful. So thank you, Amy Shenanigans. Yeah, and then let's scoot this person out of the building too. Zach George and their babies and their MILF. Oh, get out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get out of here. Good as the boys. Has a podcast himself. It's I think it's called like Last House on the Left or something. Last Podcast on the Left.
The movie?
The podcast version. No, I think it's what is it? Was it Keystone Copycats with Chris and Zach? That's right. I was gonna get it for 3 more fake names, and I was just like, I'm gonna get it over with.
They started their 4th season.
What's their plot?
Marvel movies.
Oh, things I would never watch. Cool.
They're gonna make Martin Scorsese cry.
So do I like now if I watch it's Scorsese, but now
I'm not Italian.
It's Scorched, baby. That's my house. But now I think I'm gonna like I don't have to watch the Marvel movies now. I can just listen to this podcast and find out all about them.
Well, they're not doing all of them. They're doing like the first one, like the first Spider-Man. None of the sequels or anything like that. Like they're doing the
Hulk.
Like they started with the first Iron Man movie.
So the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3 doesn't count because that is the last one I've seen, and I thought it was hilariously bad.
It's very bad.
They had Eric Foreman as a fucking villain. Like
Venom.
Eat my shorts.
He famously they cut out the scene where he smokes weed with Venom and it goes around in a 360.
Yeah, and it takes Ben 10 years to realize what's happening in that scene because I did not get it. Even after being a weed smoker myself as a teen, I still did not understand that was what was happening in those scenes.
You think they digitally?
I thought it was a fog machine.
Danny Masterson.
that'd be fucking hilarious. They just replace him with the song "Rawhide" by Dead Kennedys. I don't know anything else that's a hide. But I would like to say it's funny to me that Eric Foreman quit that 70s show to have such a great career in film as Venom and Spider-Man 3. Good job. Doing better than me.
Way to go.
But speaking of doing better than me, you could listen to something else now because we're out of here.
Yes. Goodbye. We'll see you in the next episode. Ben, what's the next episode?
The next episode is thank you for paying attention to us and hanging out with us. And you can email us at sinclaritypodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and it's hard to like use this as a way to. I'm trying to like find out what the next episode is right now while delaying by doing the thing we forgot to do.
It's the Terrible Twos. The Terrible Twos.
So add a Dinosaurs Tale, and then I knew that the whole time that the next episode is the Terrible Twos, a parody of Poltergeist or Exorcism or something.
Yeah, which I feel like they've already done, but they're doing it again.
Yeah, and that one's going to be written by Tim Doyle again and directed by Jeff McCracken. So don't be slacking. Come back next week, and we'll start packing.
And chase the dragon.
Yeah, and we'll let Zach in.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Tim had an accident, so we're gonna get out of here.
I'm sorry. I kicked the recyclable bin.
Oh, that's how he feels about it. He's like,
Yeah, I kicked
I'm
the
gonna
bucket.
Tim, I'm gonna make you a shirt. It's gonna be the Joy Division Mountains, but it's gonna say, I like global warming actually.
Actually, fracking is cool.
Yeah. I did make one with those mountains that says fuck paying child support, and I made one that says declaw your cats now. So, trying to start some fights for no reason.
Okay.
But yeah, let's go start some fights, everybody. That's our message that we want to send, and we'll see you after we all go extinct.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Oh yeah, we have theme music. Cue it.
I'm gonna shit my pants.
Oh god. Leave that in.